Safer Stuff was really gripping from the start. I also learned a lot from it about green chemistry, and I think it explained it in a very easy and engaging way. I can imagine this being used like in school or in an educational context, but also outside of that, it's interesting for people. I like the way it's kind of focusing on the solutions, which feels like a slightly different take than like a lot of documentaries that maybe are more negative and that maybe puts the people off. So this is an interesting angle, and the kind of fast cuts and the very dramatic shots of nature just added it to it as well. Thought it was great.
Safer Stuff. I really enjoyed this. Not only did I enjoy it, but I learned a lot too, which is saying something. I think that the way that the filmmakers handled this, the way that they did the opening, it was interesting, it was creative, it grabbed your attention, and it kept your attention. I loved the interviews. I loved the way that they explained green chemistry and all of the things that they were using it for. I think that that was great. The cinematography in this was fantastic. I loved it. And I think that the graphics that they did in the opening were really just perfection. This also had a great pace to it. It had a great pace, it kept your interest, and it had so much information in it that was important, but you didn't feel like you were getting overwhelmed. So yeah, great job on this.
Safer Stuff, Episode 1, What is Green Chemistry? This is something that should absolutely be taught in high schools these days, so as to inspire the next generation to continue this incredible work that these scientists and innovators are doing today to help make the world a healthier place and keep the earth itself healthier, while still being able to accommodate so many of the luxuries such as hair coloring that we all are looking for. There are ways that we can go beyond these dangerous products that we're using. We merely need to be innovative and a little bit creative to get these done, and that's what's exemplified here. Wonderfully done.
This review is for Safer Stuff. This one has an amazing way of learning or teaching about new and cleaner, safer technologies for our daily lives. It is quite engaging. The narration and the whole dynamism of explaining things, it's just very engaging. I really enjoyed it, and I would love to watch the whole series. It's just very entertaining and informative. Great quality of the different settings. I was hooked all the way through. It's quite short, but I enjoyed it a lot.
As we've come to learn, Mother Nature, as its core, is a strong being and has overcome humans time and time again. We believe that we live in this world where we are strong and prominent, but the fact of the matter is there is one thing that will outlive us all, and it is this earth that we walk on. And so in this film, we get to see this insight on a molecular level. We get to see these group of chemists and this fascination that exists within the world of science. What makes a shark's skin tough and antibacterial? What makes the silk of a spider's web be a strong weave to grasp its own prey to inevitably attack upon? We get to ask all of these innate questions that the world has to offer us and give a scientific reasoning behind them. We get to see how this question of why a shark's skin is tough on its skin, and just have this one innate question that we break down and decipher, and have that develop into medical equipment that we can use ultimately in our space, in our hospitals, to help create this antibacterial nature. It's just so creative, and a lot of scientific thought that becomes behind it. So we get this community of chemists that have these curiosities that we get to see inevitably be developed from this molecular idea to this full-on grown business and entity, and where they go from here to continue on discovering these questions and having these questions to be able to explore to begin with.